Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the Snowboard Pro Camp Friday live chat. Thank you guys all for joining me. If you have any snowboard questions, post them in the feed. Let us know where you're from. And yeah, thank you guys for all your great questions. Also, this is a super chat. So if you have a question that you absolutely need answering, then hit that super chat button. Any money you donate helps the channel out, and it helps you guys by giving you guys priority on the questions. So I'm gonna be here for an hour answering all your questions, as many as possible. And then after that, we're gonna do a after hours chat. So we're gonna be live on Patreon, patreon.com/SnowboardProCamp. And we're gonna do another 30 minutes, just like the after hours on Patreon. So check that out. So thank you guys all. There's loads of people saying hello. So what's up everyone for tuning in? Philip, Focus, MCS Plays, Kyle, Connors, Catherine Lee. Hey Catherine, Erica, Constantino, Connor's Crazy Outdoor Adventures, all you guys. Thank you guys all for tuning in, so many people. So this is great. Yeah, so if you have a question, hit me up. A few updates. So here on the channel, we're getting ready for snowboard season, just like all of you guys. Winter is coming up so fast, like it's coming up before you know it. So we're trying to get all of our stuff together. We're trying to get all of our new gear organized, trips planned for the winter, just trying to bring everything together so that once that opening day hits, we hit the road running. So I feel like, yeah, just like you guys, we're just trying to sort that all out. So our focus lately has been on a lot of the gear videos. So bringing you guys, so TJ just put up a video today. So the top 5 sort of do-it-all boards, which was a sick video. If you guys know TJ, he's riding like 20 or 30 boards a season or more, trying to get as many of the reviews and facts out for you guys. And he's putting his knowledge, condensing it down into his top 5 boards, and that's a very sick video. Just giving you guys all the different information of the best like do-it-all boards. Earlier in the week, I did my top 5 beginner boards. So boards that I think if you guys are just starting out in snowboarding are just gonna really help you guys get onto the board for the first time, make it easy, get you guys through your first turns. So that's what we've been doing. Recently too, if you guys see behind me, we got another package of goggles from SportRx. Check those guys out. So SportRx are hooking us up with goggles so that we can do as many goggle reviews as possible and give you guys the most information so that you guys can find the perfect pair of goggles for you. And the cool thing is I did an unboxing video with Jill yesterday. I'm gonna have that video up for you guys shortly. But just a sneak peek, got a couple of the pairs of goggles back there, a pair of Anons and a pair of Spies. Really amazing goggles. And next week, the live chat is gonna be a special week for live chats. So Monday, TJ is going live on the live chat, 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So that's for all the board specific questions. If you're buying a new snowboard, TJ is the master. And then on Tuesday at noon Pacific time, SportRx is going to take over the live chat. And they're like the experts on goggles and sunglasses. So if you have any goggle questions, check it out Tuesday at noon. They're gonna do a big video live answering your guys' questions and giving you guys like very detailed overview of all the goggles. So check that out. Very cool. Those guys are very knowledgeable with their snowboard gear. I said I would do a shout out every week for a snowboard YouTuber. And yeah, I'm trying to just get as many people involved in creating content on YouTube for snowboarding. In the past, I've shouted out a few different YouTubers. So this week, very cool dude. I've been watching his videos, and he's somebody who's making videos with snowboard content, with drones, with his backyard setup, and it's Matt. Can you guys see that? Matt Miniaki. There you go. So check this guy out. He's making lots of cool videos, coming out all the time. And yeah, he's doing gear reviews. He's doing gear reviews. He's doing his whole, like, he did his whole 2016, 2017 gear list last year. He's got a sick backyard setup, and he's doing lots of drone footage and fun things like that. So check out Matt Miniaki. I hope I'm saying his name right. There it is, Matt Miniaki. So check that guy out. Cool, guys. So let's get to a few of your questions. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Super sick. So loads of people saying hello. Shredder from Oklahoma here. Wow. Lucifer Morningstar. What's up, man? Connor Crazy Outdoor Adventure. What's your favorite snowboard? So currently my favorite snowboard is this one right behind me here. It's the Solomon Huck Knife. Really fun board. There's links to it in almost every video, so you guys can check it out. But it's a really fun board. It's got lots of pop. It's also soft where you need it for doing butters and presses, and it's very responsive for riding, for carving. Just a fun all-around board. Hello, Germany. Hi from Portugal. Hello from the UK. Andrew from Texas. Bruh, sweet. Kyle from Pennsylvania. What's up, everybody? Chrissy. Hello, everyone. Max Russell from San Diego. Cameron from Scotland. Tom from Quebec. Wow, guys, this is amazing. I'm just going to scroll through and get to some questions, but thank you guys all for tuning in. So MCS Plays asks, when did you start snowboarding and which snowboard did you start with? So I started snowboarding when I was 15 years old, and the board I started with, I just went to like a local like sports store. Like back in those days, there wasn't a lot of snowboard shops around. At least where I lived, there wasn't a ton. So I just went to a local sporting goods store, and I got one of those sort of like no-name boards. It was just like a board that was, I think it was really cheap, like $150. It was way too big for me, way too stiff, but I rode it for, I think, like 2 seasons, and it was just like, I just didn't know what to get, so I just got whatever the guy at the sporting goods store recommended. And I think it was called a 50/50 board, but I can't remember. But it was an old school brand, nothing that, I don't even think it exists anymore, but it was really cheap. Not the right size, not what I was looking for, but it got me through my first couple of years. And my first few years of snowboarding was just with, I went with my high school, and I went with friends who were getting their driver's license at the time, so we could drive up after school or on the weekends. So this is a great question from CJ Sembaluk. Hey man, step-ons or no? So this is a big thing in the news at the moment. There's tons of marketing behind these Burton step-on bindings. The funny thing is, actually, my very first pair of bindings were step-ons. I think they were K2, and they didn't have high backs. You just stepped there was a special boot, and you stepped onto the board. And the cool thing with step-ons, I feel like there are some good things about the step-on bindings, and it depends on the kind of rider you are. I think that, so if you're a casual rider, if you're somebody that's looking for convenience, who just wants to go up on the mountain or the hill and have a good time, cruise around, not really push the limits too hard, but just looking for that convenience and like a good time on the mountain, step-ons can be the way to go, because they're just so convenient. You get to the top of the chairlift, you snap your boot into the binding, and then you just go. So for those like sort of casual riders, maybe you only go like 1 week a year, and you don't want to have the hassle of like sitting down in the snow every time to do up your bindings. It can definitely be the way to go. On the other hand, I can see like some issues coming up with the binding. So for example, if you're into like riding powder, like big mountain, I can see like if the snow gets stuck in there and the snow's getting stuck to your boot, it could be a struggle, sort of like maybe getting your boot into that step-in binding. So that's a potential issue. Performance-wise as well, like, I don't know, I haven't heard that much feedback about the performance, how well they're gonna hold up for doing like, you know, really aggressive carving or, you know, really trying to push the limits in the terrain park. So for those reasons, I would only recommend those step-on bindings to like the very casual riders. And I'm gonna do my best to, as soon as possible, get my hands on a pair of Burton step-ons, either buy a pair myself or just borrow a pair so that I can get out, ride them, and then give you guys some feedback. But my impression is that they're for a more casual rider, somebody who's looking for, whose convenience is at the top of the priority list. All right, so great question from Josh. What snowboard jacket do you recommend? So last year I picked up a Volcom jacket, and I never had a Volcom jacket in the past, and it was sick. It was called the Volcom utilitarian jacket, and yeah, it's comfortable. The sizing was right for me. It's got 20,000 millimeters waterproofing, all those things. There's a video on the channel, so if you guys want to check out a brand I would definitely recommend this season is Volcom. When I went into the snowboard shop here in Whistler at Showcase, and I was asking some of the guys in there, they recommended the Volcom. They said it was the way to go. I know the entire snowboard, I believe that the snowboard school here in Whistler also all have Volcom jackets. So Volcom is doing something right. And yeah, I'll put a link in the description to the Volcom articulated jacket. It's very, very cool, very comfortable. Max Russell, I think you asked this last week. What's your thoughts on the Battalion Surfer snowboard? Yeah, I saw that one floating around Facebook as well, and it looks like a sick board. It's got the shape of the Battalion Surfer is kind of like it's like a fish shape, so it comes out to like a point, and then it's got a tail coming off the back, so it's kind of like the tail of the snowboard is kind of like a V, so it's got that really cool fish shape. I think those different kinds of shapes of paddle boards are awesome. So they're gonna keep you floating. They're gonna make it so that you don't have to lean so far onto your back foot. It sort of like levels you out as you ride powder, so really saving your back leg. So definitely recommend checking out, demo it if you can on a powder day. But it seems like a pure powder board, which is amazing. If you're gonna have those days where you're just gonna go out and ride powder, the Battalion Surfer is probably the way to go. I'm definitely gonna check it out this season. Awesome, guys. Hello, everyone. Berta from Catalonia. Hello. Marcos from Argentina. Christian, hi. So Philip asks, thoughts on Ruroc. So if you guys don't know, Ruroc is like a helmet company, and they do like the full face mask helmet with the goggles that like fit into it. Personally, it's not for me just because I don't feel like I need that whole like face mask and everything. It seems like a bit of like overkill. But again, if you're somebody that's like really bothered by having snow or cold in your face and you don't want to wear a face mask, then you could check out a Ruroc helmet. So hello everyone, Mar Fishing from North Carolina. CJ, all right, so CJ Sambaluk, Dragons or Smith goggles. I actually haven't worn many pairs of Dragons, so until I try out more Dragons, I'm gonna go with Smith. And Sporter X last week, they sent me out a case of Smith goggles, and what are they called? But yes, Smith are sick. What's the name of those goggles? I'll remember and I'll get back to you. When am I coming to Fernie? As soon as possible. So Marcus says he's missing snow in Argentina. And Focus Illusion says Dragon goggles. Yeah, like a lot of people love the Dragon goggles. I know that TJ rides Dragon. Doug, who's in some of the videos, he has Dragon goggles. So very, very popular goggle. Carrie Pierce, hello from Cairn, Australia. Awesome. I was in Cairns about 10 years ago. It's an amazing place. Connor's Crazy Outdoor Adventure, where's my favorite place to ride? Favorite places to ride, definitely here on Whistler on Blackcomb Mountain. Blackcomb is my favorite of the two mountains. And then down in Mount Bachelor in Oregon. I think Oregon is an amazing state for snowboarding. And then this winter, I'm actually, two of the subscribers from the channel, they're Yannick and Nirav. They're actually helping to organize a Euro trip for this January. So if any of you guys are out in Europe, we'll keep you posted, but Yannick and Nirav, they're helping me plan this trip so that we hit up a couple different resorts and countries in Europe, and should be an epic trip. And I've never snowboarded in the winter in Europe, so that'll be incredible. And yeah, definitely this season want to travel to more places, want to do more snowboarding at more resorts. So stay tuned. We'll let you guys know on the details of that Europe trip. And if any of you guys are going to be in the area, we can definitely do some meetups, whether we're in Italy or France or Austria. We'll let you guys know, or possibly even London. So we'll keep you guys posted. And then if that Euro trip happens, we can do some meetups and should have a good time. Philip Pura asks, have I ever been to Mount High? I've never been. Where's Mount High? Hello from Denmark, MC Plays. So Adam Burns, what tips do you have if your board is a little too big for you? That's tough, man. So if the board's a little bit too big, then it's gonna, the strengths of that, like the good points, is that it's gonna be a very stable board, really good for carving, riding at high speeds, because you're gonna be really stable and you're gonna have a lot of control under your feet. And then I guess the downside is it may be harder to flex the snowboard for presses or butters. Also, it may be harder for doing like the jib tricks or like smaller snowboard tricks. The other good side of a board that's a bit too big is it's actually going to feel more stable going off of larger jumps. So if you want to progress on jumps, you're going to feel more balanced. But I don't know, it just depends. It depends if you're growing, if you're like, I don't know how old you are, but if you're still growing, maybe you'll grow into that board. And if it's way too big, maybe you can trade it out and get a board from, maybe trade it with a friend who's got a snowboard that's too small for him. So definitely some pros and cons there. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna scroll down because there's so many questions coming in. And if I miss your question, I'm sorry, and I'll definitely do my best to get to as many as possible. But I just don't want to get too far behind. Awesome, Board Archive, TJ, thanks for tuning in. Is there a review coming for the Yes 2020 or Ride Warpig? So TJ actually has a review out on the channel for the Ride Warpig, so go check that one out. It's in the Snowboard review playlist. And we can definitely get a Yes 2020 review going for you as well. Sam Bjorny says, everything Volcom is quality. Awesome, good to know. Yeah, that's my experience too. My pants are also Volcom. So my pants are the Volcom articulated pants, and TJ also has the Volcom pants as well. So Volcom are doing it right. Probably definitely the best pants I've ever had. The Volcom articulated. The fit is amazing. The comfort is great. Awesome, Jack Sparrow liking the beard. Thanks, man. So Jay Go, do you recommend rear entry bindings? What are the pros and cons? So I think the pros and cons are the same as the step-ons for the rear entry bindings. You get, they're more convenient for sure, because you just like kick your foot in, pull up the high back, and then you're in and ready to go. It's super fast. But on the con side of what I've experienced, like seen from friends or students I've had in the past, is that there can be times where if you get snow packed into your binding, then it can make it really hard to use that rear entry system. Especially if you're in deep powder and you have one foot come out. I believe so on the rear entry, you got to be on your knees to get into the rear entry system. So it depending on the situation you're in, on a steep slope or in powder, it can be a struggle to get into those rear entry. So yeah, those are some of the cons there, but the pro is definitely the convenience. So GT Craze says that Burton would be happy to send me a free pair of step-ons. Oh man, I would love that. I'm waiting for the free stuff. Darius Alston, hey Kevin, can we meet up this winter? I'm going to Whistler in January. Yeah, definitely. So maybe closer to January when you're coming, we can sort of organize a day, do a meetup, all get out, do some runs. That would be very sick. So Jack Malinois says, what is your opinion on stomp pads and grab rails on snowboards? So yeah, the stomp pad is just the thing that goes in between your feet. You put your foot there for when you're doing one-footed riding. I think stomp pads are great. There's those times where you're getting off the chair or you got to ride down a long run with one foot, and the stomp pad just gives you some extra grip to put your foot in the center of your board and ride with one foot. So definitely stomp pads are awesome. And then the grab rails, so they're little like grips that you can put around different places on your board for doing grabs. Yeah, I think they're cool too. I think it's like a fun thing to add to your board. Yeah, it just keeps your hand from slipping off, missing the grab. So Andrew Jones wants to know if I've ever been to Purgatory, Colorado. I've never been, but maybe I'll hit that up this year because TJ, he's down in Colorado. So hopefully we can do a video together, a trip together in Colorado, and hit up Purgatory. All right, so just gonna scroll down a bit. See, so many questions coming in. Thank you so much, guys. So the Sports Garage says, hi Kevin, I'm learning to ride powder at the moment. Do you have any good tips or recommendations for this type of riding? Yeah, definitely. Oh, and Jill has just come in from a yoga class. So Jill's my girlfriend. She was in the video that's going up shortly about unboxing our latest shipment of goggles. Do you want to say hi, Jill?
Sure. Hey guys. Hi guys.
Jill, maybe you can help answer this question.
Okay.
So the Sports Garage is learning to ride powder, and do you have any tips for this type of riding? So you did a lot of powder riding last year. What were like the main things that helped you?
Definitely keeping my knees bent.
Bent knees?
Yeah, bent knees. The nose of my board up a little bit.
Keeping the nose up, yeah.
Yeah, nose
up. Because once that nose goes in, you kind of like tomahawk forward.
Yeah.
So you just got to get used to like leaning, getting your weight back, knees bent.
Yeah, weight back was another one. Knees bent, nose up. And just really improving my turns. So before I was riding powder, I think we were working on my turns quite a bit to help me turn better in powder, just to have like them more dialed.
Yeah, so like what about your turns? Because I think we were trying to like get the rhythm going, right? So like almost like you're planning each turn. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do, planning your line.
Yeah, you'd always get me to plan ahead. Like you have to really plan your turns more than being on the hill because they just have to be a lot more precise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great tips.
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome, I hope that helps. So yeah, it's like keeping your knees bent. You got to get used to riding with your weight back in powder, and then also like planning your line is huge. So you're planning your turns more in the powder, especially if there's any like flat parts coming up, because in the flat areas you get stuck, and that's the worst in powder. So like keeping your speed up across the flat bits, and then doing shorter turns down the steeper parts of the run. Thanks, Jill.
No problem.
Dominic, is it better to have a soft flex snowboard to learn the tricks, to learn the first tricks? Yeah, definitely. Softer flex is much easier for learning tricks. So if you're doing butters, presses, even just for like ollieing, having that softer flex just is much easier to get into those beginner tricks, because as you like improve and you build on your skills, you know, with more skills, your strength will improve too. So then you can move into a stiffer board. Because your technique is better, so it's like a combination of more using technique than just like the force and strength. So a softer flex definitely makes everything easier in those beginner stages of tricks. So Dave wants to know if I bought the GoPro Hero 6. I haven't bought it yet, but I feel like I'm going to. It's a step up from the GoPro Hero 5. Which was, the Hero 5 was definitely my favorite GoPro of them all. It like did a huge jump from the 4 to the 5 because it's got the built-in screen, it's got stabilization, there's no case, so the mics aren't getting muffled by a case. Just those three things alone really set it apart. It's got the voice controls. So those things are amazing. And then with the GoPro 6, they've just upped the ante, so the same features, but just improved. So even better stabilization, more frame rates per second on the 1080 and 4K. So all those things, just an improvement on the 5. So I'd recommend the 5 or the 6, but go for the 6 if you can. Awesome, guys. So thank you guys all for tuning in, all for your questions. If you have a chance, give this video a like, and it helps us do more of these live videos. And also, if you guys have a question that I missed and you absolutely need it answered, hit up that super chat function, and then it pins your question so that I see it, and I'll definitely get to it 100%. And yeah, today I just wanted to let you guys know as well, coming to you guys from Whistler, BC, Canada. It's a cold, rainy day today. That's why I'm doing the live chat inside compared to the ones in the past where I'm outdoors. Yeah, it's nasty out there. But the good thing is that means that winter is coming. It's probably snowing on top of the mountain right now. So yeah, the summer's over, winter is on its way, and it feels pretty good. And yeah, we're just getting ready for snowboard season like you guys, trying to get all the gear together. And yeah, it's exciting. If you guys missed it too, we did the shout out earlier at the start for, I want to do like a snowboard YouTuber shout out every week. And yeah, just whatever YouTuber that I come across that sort of like inspires me, that I enjoy watching the videos, and videos that I think you guys would enjoy too. So there he is, Matt Miniaki. Very cool YouTuber. He's putting out the content with snowboarding, with skateboarding, gear reviews, drones, so all those kinds of things. So check him out. Let him know that SnowboardProCamp sent you. Give him some comments, give him some likes, and yeah, let's grow this snowboard community. So Cameron Whitman has an awesome question. Top boards for hitting boxes, rails, and doing butters, but also on a budget, $400. So is that $400 American? I'm guessing it probably is. That's a great question, and that's so TJ and I were trying to get as many board lists out this month as possible. Just gear lists in general, actually. So trying to give you guys the best advice and narrow it down to our like top 5 picks. So that will be one for sure. I know that TJ is working on that. So yeah, those kinds of like top 5 lists coming out. So that will give you guys like 5 of the best choices in our opinions on what to look for. Until that video comes out, you can check out TJ's board reviews, the playlist on the channel, and lots of board reviews on yeah, the best TJ's like a master on rails, so he knows is the best boards for rails and boxes. Greetings from Turkey. What's up? Catherine Lee has a great question. What are your thoughts on the GoPro Fusion? So if you guys don't know, the GoPro Fusion is the GoPro's 360 cam. So it films in 360 degrees. Very cool. I think I'd have to get my hands on it and try it out, but it looks like an incredible 360 camera. I'll definitely do my best to get one and test it out for you guys, give you guys a review. But I feel like it's, yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like something that people will probably start to utilize more, especially because GoPro, whatever GoPro puts out something new, then it explodes on YouTube with tons of content. So I feel like once we start to see some of those Fusion videos coming out, then it'll just be yeah, more inspiring and give people more of a reason to go check out the GoPro Fusion. So I'm excited about it. I'd like to see more videos with it. And I feel like when I get the chance, I'll give you guys a review. Anton Banchev, do you think Gore-Tex is worth the price? Definitely a good question. I've never had a Gore-Tex jacket myself. I've always just done like the 15 or 20,000 K waterproofing, and yeah, I don't know. It's always been out of price for me, but I guess it just depends on what your money situation is. But yeah, Gore-Tex is just typically a bit more expensive, but it's probably worth the money. It probably also depends on the conditions where you ride. So if you're riding somewhere where it's you know, you get a lot of wet days, some rain or wet snow, then it could be really worth it. But if you're snowboarding in a climate where it's really cold and you're, you know, riding in freezing cold where it's just mainly snow that's flying off of you, then you probably don't need it. So it depends on your money situation, and it depends on the climate that you're snowboarding in. So Alan Kakuza says, hi Kevin, just bought the Capita DOA. So excited to ride. Oh, amazing. So yeah, that board's sick. TJ put it in his top 5 do-it-all boards. So good choice, man, yeah. So Joseph Taranto says, have you ever tried the Never Summer Prototype 2? I've never tried it, but that was another board that's in TJ's top 5 boards for do-it-all boards. So check out that video. TJ highly recommends it, and I'll definitely get onto it this season. Gary Winterman, hi from London. Ever ridden the Yes Jackpot? I've never ridden that board, but yeah, there's a lot of Yes boards that are looking pretty cool, and gonna be in London possibly this January. So if you're down for a meetup, I'll let you guys know when I'm in London. Tristan, what do you think about the Jones Aviator? Love you too. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, the Jones Aviator, all those Jones boards seem amazing. Like, so Chris this past winter did a couple days on a Jones board, the Jones flagship. He was absolutely loving it. And the company Jones the boards have been designed by the pro snowboarder Jeremy Jones, who's a big mountain rider. So one of the best big mountain riders in the world. So he's taken his knowledge from big mountain riding, put them into snowboards. And I feel like if the majority of your snowboarding is, you know, in doing sort of like off-piste stuff in powder, in trees, steep blacks or double blacks, then the Jones boards are the way to go. Awesome, guys. So thanks for all your questions. Just scrolling through, so many. Kaiten says, come to Armenia. Oh yeah, would love to go. All right, just gonna scroll down to the bottom. Thank you guys. 71 likes. Thank you guys for all the likes. 124 people watching. That's amazing. So somebody, T-Qual says, sick YouTube plaque. Yeah, thanks, man. So the YouTube plaque, got that for 100,000 subscribers about a year, almost 2 years ago. So that was pretty sick. And I think the next milestone will be 1 million. So we're working towards 1 million. And yeah, I just want to say too, like, thank you guys all for tuning in, but also thank you guys for being like a part of the community. As every video, I'm down reading all the comments and questions, and we really do have like the best community of snowboarders here. Like, you guys are doing an amazing job. Your questions and comments are like top notch. They're so good. They're so informed, asking the best questions. And I feel like on each video, we're getting like 50 or 100 or more comments and questions. And they're not just like random comments. They're just like very well thought out, well executed, well planned out, thoughtful questions. So thank you guys. And there's also a lot of you guys out there, a lot of the viewers, you're on there answering questions for people too. So that's amazing. So everyone's just helping each other out. And like, just compared to other videos that I've watched where there might be 1 or 2 questions, almost every single video, there's like over 50 to 100 questions. So that's amazing. And yeah, thank you guys all for everyone who helps to answer as well. That's incredible. Awesome. So Sharon says the turkey sale is on right now. Any recommendations for mitts? Yeah, so if you guys don't know, so in Canada, it's Thanksgiving weekend. Our Thanksgiving is different than in America. And there's a sale happening in Whistler. It's called the Turkey Sale, where all the companies, all the Whistler-owned snowboard and ski companies get together and they sell all their 2017 gear to make room for their 2018 stuff. So yeah, that's happening this weekend. It's a pretty crazy sale. Most places, if you go to a local shop, they'll have sales on sort of around this time of the year. And mitts, I would say the best mitts, the mitts that I like the most are I guess I'd recommend 2 pairs. Neff make pretty sick mitts, and also Howl. Those have been the ones that I've ridden that I could really recommend to any of you guys. Neff and Howl. And then what to look for when you're buying mitts is the warmth. So you can go from like really lightweight mittens that aren't that warm to like the total opposite spectrum where they're like oven mitts, like overheating your hands all day long. So depending on how cold your hands get, what type of riding you're gonna do, yeah, check out those 2 brands and then go from either the lightweight ones to the heavier ones or somewhere in the middle. So yeah, check out those brands for sure. And mittens, I think always over gloves, just because you get all your fingers together in one place, keeping your hands nice and warm. Well, I remember when I had gloves, even when I had gloves, I had all my fingers separate, and then they would eventually make their way out of the finger holes and just into the palm. So just go straight to the mitten. Awesome. So lots of great questions, guys. So Ben says, hi, Kevin. How far forward should I put my high backs for groomers and backcountry? Great question, Ben. I feel like in backcountry and groomers, so maybe you might want to switch it up a little bit between those 2. But I like to have, so if you guys don't know, your high back is a thing that you press against on your ankle while you're riding. And so it can go from being straight up, and then you can like click it forward degrees. And the further you click it forward, the more response you'll get out of your snowboard when you turn onto your heels. So this is like really useful if you're like traversing on your heels, because with it forward, that just means that you just have to lean back a little ways and you get more responsiveness out of your board. So typically, when I'm riding around the mountain, I'm riding with my high back set forward at a 4 out of 6. So not all the way, because I feel like too far and it's uncomfortable. but out of 4, it's giving me just enough forward lean so that, yeah, I get that heel response. So in the backcountry, really helps with doing long traverses. So if you got to traverse around a mountain or above a cliff line or something, then yeah, that forward lean on your heels can really help. On the groomers too, it'll really come in handy for doing things like carving, pretty much all turns. It just makes everything more responsive. The place where you want to maybe back off on the forward lean is if you're in the terrain park all day doing lots of different kinds of tricks, because it just kind of like, when you bring it back to 0, then it kind of gets back into more of like a playful mode on your board, where you can, yeah, have a bit less response, but then you can get your board into different angles and things for hitting rails or boxes or doing tricks. So yeah, I hope that helps with the forward lean. Awesome, guys. So tons of questions coming through. Thank you guys so much. Just a reminder too, it's a super chat. So if you have a question that you absolutely need answered, there's this super chat function right beside where you ask the question, and it pins the question to the top. So gonna do about 20 more minutes on the live chat. And then after that, we're doing the Patreon after hours. So patreon.com/SnowboardProCamp. And we're gonna do another 30 minutes live chat. It's a much smaller group, so a lot easier to ask questions, to hang out, to talk. And that's how we came up with the idea a couple weeks ago about the Euro trip. So some of the subscribers were, yeah, helping to organize that Euro trip we're gonna go on in January. So there's lots of cool things coming. Tom, hi from Sweden. I'm going to buy my first snowboard, and which board would you recommend between Solomon Huck Knife and Capita DOA? So I was looking at both of those boards last year, and man, that's a tough call. But personally, I would recommend the Solomon Huck Knife. It's my favorite board. I know that if you decide to go with the Capita DOA, you're gonna have a lot of fun on that board too. TJ loves that board, so either one, man. I would give, yeah, I would lean towards whatever one looks more fun to you. That's the one you should go. The one that you think you're gonna have more fun on. Oh, Zachary says that his coworker bought a nitro board and it snapped on the first day. That's crazy. It must have been was it a used board? That sounds crazy. And Andreas says, yo bro, what do you think about David Jones? Cheers from Chile. David Jones, been watching his YouTube videos every day. He's a great YouTuber. Want to team up with him, make some videos out here in Whistler, and he's making super entertaining, fun videos. I watch his videos every day. So if you guys haven't checked out David Jones on YouTube, go look him up. He's a snowboarder in New Zealand, and he's making super fun videos. And I'm impressed that he's able to he's putting out videos every single day, and it's really impressive. So Hannah says, on your Euro trip, you should go to shred Arlberg, Austria. Yeah, we'll definitely check out Arlberg. Sounds cool. We're thinking of hitting up St. Anton possibly too. Awesome. So Jenna Smith, Kevin, your channel taught me to snowboard. Thanks. Boa or fast lace, which is better? In my opinion, I like the boas better. I've got the Speed Zone laces, and they're super fast. But Chris, he's got the boa system, and yeah, I'm definitely jealous. I wish I had the boas. They just seem so easy to tighten up and also loosen off. And the cool thing with them, like what Chris does, he's always just kind of loosening them off on the chairlift or halfway down a run to give his feet a break. So they've just got, they're so versatile on how quickly you can tighten or loosen. So I would go for boas, especially like if you're gonna be snowboarding a lot, all those times like tying up laces and pulling and doing all this stuff is kind of like outdated when you can just turn a dial and tighten them up without any effort. All right, so LA says, hi Kevin, where do you recommend staying in Whistler that's affordable? So there's a few hostels in Whistler, and they're not like sketchy hostels. They're just hostels where like young people or people coming up for the weekend that are on a budget can stay. A lot of the university students from Vancouver will come up and stay at the Whistler hostels. So I believe that there are like 4 or 5 different hostels in town. You probably have to book a little bit in advance, but I would definitely recommend checking out the Whistler hostels. Probably the best value to stay. I know that TJ stayed in a hostel for about 5 days last winter here in Whistler, and I think it was about $30 a night, $25 to $30 a night. And then you get like, it's like a bunk style room, so you're sharing a room with other people. But depending on how busy the hostel is, you know, it could be full or you could be the only one. And then being in a hostel too is a really cool way to meet other people that are riding. So I know a couple times TJ, while he was here and staying at the hostel, he ended up going out and riding with the people from the hostel. So you make friends, you can get tips on where to ride. So I think that's an affordable and fun way to stay in Whistler. So amazing, guys. Thanks for all your comments. Just gonna scroll through some as well. So Zachary Bayer says, we work at board shop. We all ride boards too small in the park. Nice. Yeah, sometimes they can get too small. Awesome, guys. Up to 90 likes. Thank you guys for the likes. That's amazing. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. Come on, let's do it. So Nikita Tarasov, hi, could you guys create an intermediate playlist? Just how there is one for the beginner videos. Yeah, that's a great video, great idea. I'll get onto that right after this. I think whatever playlist ideas you guys have, it'd be great to hear as well. I know that the beginner playlist is one of our most popular. Then we got the trick playlist. We've got the gear playlist, off-season training playlist, TJ's snowboard review playlist. So I think that an intermediate is time for a well thought out intermediate playlist, and I'll try and organize the videos so it almost like goes from the easier side of intermediate and taking you up towards advanced. So that's a great idea, and yeah, if you guys have any good playlist ideas, let me know. Oh, so InMotion SLB says that I missed Erica's super chat. Oh no. Shout out to Jimmy in London. All right, I'm gonna go, where's Erica's super chat? I'm gonna look for it. How did I miss the super chat? All right, just looking. I'm sorry, Erica, if I missed your super chat. Let's see. Still scrolling. Oh my gosh. Erica, is it Erica Constantino? It's probably Erica. Oh, there she is. Oh no, a different super chat. So Ken Jush, $10 super chat. Awesome, thank you, Ken. That's amazing. Hey Kevin, love the content. Can't wait for winter any longer. We'll be in Whistler hiking tomorrow. Hope to see some snow. Which union binding mid-flex to go with DC control BOA and Capita DOA? I'm not sure what your question, which union binding mid-flex? So I think TJ has a great recommendation. The Union Force are a great sort of like mid-flex binding. So I don't ride unions, but that's what TJ rides, and it sounds like from what you're going for, the Capita DOA, great all-around board. DC control BOA, so you got the 2 BOAs to tighten those different zones. And then if you add that in with the Union force binding, I think you're going to be set to go. Yeah, and that's the binding that TJ rides, so I think you can't go wrong. Great setup, man. I think you're going to have a really good time. Thanks, Ken Josh, for the $10 super chat. Thank you, man. All right, so just going to scroll through, guys. And, whoa, that. So, question with lots of question marks. How much do you ride? How much do you ride snowboard? So last year, I think I did about 120 days. So I did like 98 days on Whistler. I did like 8 days, I think, down at Mount Bachelor. And then I did another, I think like 15 days at Mount Hood. So it was like 125 days of snowboarding total. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was the most I snowboarded ever. All right. So I scrolled through. Sorry, Erica Constantino, I missed your super chat, but thank you so much. You're on the super chats every week, so thank you, Erica. I'll keep a better eye out for it next time. All right, so let's get to a few more questions. So we're 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left of the live chat. 128 likes. Thank you guys. We made it. Amazing. So lots of questions from Luca 4600. Will you ever come to Mount Washington, Vancouver Island? Yeah, I'd love to. It would be very cool to snowboard on Vancouver Island, Mount Washington. If I get the chance, I'll definitely let you know if I'm coming. It's a little bit out of the way. Get on the ferry, go over to Vancouver Island, but I feel like it would be a really incredible trip. I've heard you guys get tons of snow on Mount Washington, so bring my powder board and hopefully have some good days of riding powder on Mount Washington. All right, let's get to a few more questions, guys. Greetings from Germany, from Stefan Weller. So yeah, Michael Dugan, have you ever been to Mount Hood, Oregon? Yeah, I've been there 4 times now, all for summer riding, and had a great time riding there with the High Cascade Snowboard Camp. If you guys are looking for a summer snowboard camp, Mount Hood in Oregon has got an amazing camp there with High Cascade, so check those guys out. So Cade Kits, what goggles you recommend? So that's actually going to be the next goggle video on the channel. We're doing a goggle unboxing, trying on some different goggles, and I've also got a goggle gear guide video. So go check that out, and I try to give you guys the perfect amount of information to help you guys find some goggles. It's tough because you kind of need to get goggles that are suited to your face. So like the size, the fit, definitely get 2 lenses are key for the sunny days and the cloudy days. And yeah, just also the price is important. So, you know, you're gonna get what you pay for in terms of price. But a couple of the brands that I've been really liking recently are, I guess there's three brands I would recommend you checking out. Is the Electric, Smith, and also Anon. So 3 brands, check those guys out. Sweet guys. Oh, 134 likes. Thank you guys. Oh, just a reminder, guys, too, if you haven't subscribed to Snowboard Pro Camp yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe and hit the bell beside the subscribe button, and you'll get notifications every time we upload a video and every time we do one of these live chats. So we do 2 live chats a week. Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific time with me, and then Monday, 2 p.m. Mountain time with TJ. And TJ does the snowboard buying guide live chat. So if you're interested in buying a snowboard, TJ is the expert. And then next week is a special week for the live chats. We're doing, so the guys from SporterX, the guys that are hooking us up with these goggles, they're gonna do a live chat at noon on Tuesday, and they're going to go into details, into a lot of details on the new tech and all the snowboard goggles. So stay tuned for that. they're super knowledgeable, and it's a great way if you're in the market for buying some new snowboard goggles. Check out that live chat Tuesday at noon. Soloff gives a great tip. Wear your boots around the house. I broke mine in that way. Yeah, if you've got brand new boots out there, wear them around the house, break them in, take them for a walk around your neighborhood, whatever you can do so that you can avoid some of that foot pain on your first day. Ronald says, hi from Cali. I have the Capita Children of the Nar snowboard. The Flex is a 3.5. Is that good for carving and all mountain? It's kind of on the borderline. I would say you don't want to go any softer than that for like a carver type board. You know, carving in like all mountain is always easier with a stiffer board. So it just depends on what you want to do. If you want to focus like most of your time carving and riding, then you want to go for like a 5 in stiffness or higher. But if you kind of want something that will do it all, so you can, you know, do some of the easier tricks, or, you know, getting into the jibbing and park tricks, plus all the all mountain stuff, then you want to stay on the lower side of 5. So like a 3 to a 5 is kind of good, good kind of everything flex. So you could be in your sweet spot with that 3.5, but if your passion is purely carving, then you're going to want to go stiffer. Ethan Richter, anyone got a good beginner park board for me? You mean like a recommendation or just like a free board? Because maybe maybe somebody can send you a free board. Sharon Andea, I love this question. What's a good box trick to learn? So in the video on the channel, it's 10 snowboard tricks to learn first. I take you guys through like sort of like the progression of box tricks. So I'll give you a few right now. The first one is 50-50, where you just ride on straight. Then you can start twisting your board sideways into the board slide. So you want to twist backside board slide and then twist front side board slide. So get those two twisting board slides down. Then once you got those, you can start doing some like 180s on and off the box. So maybe try doing a 180 onto the box first. Then once you get that, you can try the 180 off, and then you can combo those together, 180 on, 180 off, all those kinds of things. You can also practice your presses on the box, nose and tail press. All those, I think those are like, what is that, like 6 or 7 tricks that you can start off with, and they're all a lot of fun, and yeah, it's just addicting. You just want to keep going, keep progressing with those box and rail tricks. Richard Johan, when is new merchandise in the shop? Yeah, great question too. So if you guys want to check out the Snowboard Pro Camp t-shirts, you can go on to snowboardprocamp.com/shop, I believe, and there's or maybe it's /merch, but it's on the shop page, and there's Snowboard Pro Camp t-shirts there. So check those guys out. I've ordered a couple new ones, and I'm super happy with the look and the feel of the t-shirts. Try to find the best sort of like quality t-shirts for you guys. So if you want to rock the Snowboard Pro Camp merch this winter, yeah, check that out on the website. So great question. How do you get the beard game strong? You just got to grow it, and then never shave. Always just keep it trimmed, and you got to stick in it for the long haul. Austin Marshall, do you do anything for work or just Snowboard Pro Camp? Yeah, I just been doing, in the past I've been doing like winters doing Snowboard Pro Camp, summers working odd jobs like saving money to buy all the different gear and equipment for the channel. But I think like the last 5 or 6 winters has just been Snowboard Pro Camp. A couple winters doing odd jobs, saving money so that I could buy different camera gear and things. But this past year has been 100% working on the channel, working on videos for you guys. And that's going to be my career goals from here on out, is just to be on Snowboard Pro Camp, making content for you guys, making the best videos that I can. And yeah, that's it. Awesome, guys. So coming up to the 1 hour mark, thank you guys all for tuning in. 136 likes. That's amazing. Can we get it to 150? Yeah, we're doing these live chats every week. And also thank you guys all for anyone out there that did the super chat. Really appreciate it. And I hope I didn't miss any. Just a reminder, guys, that we've got TJ just uploaded a video, the 5 do-it-all boards. So if you're looking out for a snowboard that does everything, check out TJ's recent video. I put up a video earlier in the week, my top 5 beginner snowboards. So if you're on the beginner end of things, check out that video. And shortly, I did a video with my girlfriend Jill, unboxing the latest goggles from Sport RX. So check out that video, is going to be dropping very soon too. I wish I could get to all your guys' questions. You guys there's like hundreds and hundreds here. Also, thanks to Ken Jush for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys. So what else? What else is going on? And don't forget, next week we got 2 live chats coming your way. One from TJ on Monday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, and then on Tuesday with Sport RX, the goggle masters, for noon on Tuesday. So let's just read through a few more really quick. So Tina, any women's boards on the cheaper side? Yeah, so both in TJ's video and in my video, we recommend some women's boards, so check those out. In my beginner video, the boards are probably a bit more cheaper, but check out the ones that TJ recommends as well. Have you ever tried a dry slope? Not yet, but I'm sure I will someday. Awesome, guys. So thank you, guys. 149 likes. Yeah, I like that. So Fairy Magic said, let's go for 1 million. Thank you. Yeah, 1 million subscribers. Thanks also to Erica Constantino. I'm sorry I missed your super chat. I don't know where it went. I try to find it, but you're always on the channel watching live chats, always doing the super chat, so thank you so much. And yeah, Nadine P says, hey Kevin, please let us know if your skateboarding's improved. Yeah, definitely. Every time I go skateboarding, I feel like it's improving, getting better. And yeah, it's addictive. Skateboarding is so addictive. Just like doing the trampoline stuff is very, very addictive. Oh, CS Productions, answer my question. I don't know where it went. Yeah, Brendan Murphy. So the live stream schedule is on the Snowboard Pro Camp homepage. So you can go onto the homepage, and in the banner, it says the times that we do it, and we do them every week. Awesome. Amazing, guys. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to head over to Patreon now, patreon.com/SnowboardProCamp. Get on there for 30 minutes, do the live chat after hours. Thank you, guys. If you guys have any questions I missed, leave them in the comments, and I'll answer them shortly. All right. Bye for now, guys.